Welcome back to 5 Weekly Entertainment. Today we're counting down the top 5 scariest Irish urban legends. Number 5. The Banshee was a woman who carried with her an omen of death. Sometimes you saw the Banshee as an old woman dressed in rags, sometimes you saw her as a young and beautiful girl, and sometimes you saw her as a washwoman, wringing out bloody clothing. Whenever she was seen, she let out a horrible cry, and legend has it this cry brought death to any family that heard it. According to tradition, the Banshee can only cry for 5 major Irish families: the O'Neills, the O'Briens, the O'Connors, the O'Gradys and the Covings. Intermarriage has since extended the select list. Number 4, Pukas. The word puka is an Irish word meaning spirit or ghost, but it is most commonly used in association with a particular type of fairy that can assume various forms, including a horse, goat, dog, rabbit, and even a goblin. No matter which form the puka assumes, its fur or hair is almost always dark or black in color. Perhaps the most common guise that the puka assumes is that of a wild black horse with sulphur yellow eyes, a long mane, and chains draped about its body. The shapeshifter is bent on creating havoc in the mortal world. The puka appears at night across rural Ireland. On a good day, the puka would cause destruction on a farm, tearing down fences and disrupting the animals. On a bad day, the puka would stand outside the farmhouse and call the people outside by name. If anyone came out, the puka would carry them away. The pukas also loved to mess with the ships pulling away from Ireland, and were blamed for many shipwrecks along the rocky coast. Number 3, Changelings. As legend has it, female fairies often give birth to deformed children. Since the fairies prefer visually pleasing babies, they would go into the mortal world and swap with a healthy human baby, leaving behind a changeling. While the changeling looked like a human baby, it carried none of the same emotional characteristics. The changeling was only happy when misfortune or grief happened in the house. The changeling legend has lasted for centuries. William Shakespeare talks of a changeling in his play, A Midsummer's Night Dream. It is said that you can tell a changeling baby by the fact that it is ill-tempered and looks wizened in appearance. Most will have very dark eyes, and if you look into them you can see wisdom well beyond their age. A changeling will also grow and develop a lot quicker than a human baby, and within a few weeks the changeling will have a full set of teeth, and their legs and arms will be quite bony and thin. Number 2, Dagda's harp. The Dagda had many wonderful possessions: his cauldron of plenty, which never ran empty, and could feed as many men as sat down to it; his mighty club, one end of which could kill a man, and the other end of which could restore him to life. But perhaps his greatest treasure was his harp. In Irish mythology, the Dagda was a high priest who had a large and beautiful harp. During a war, a rival tribe stole Dagda's harp and took it to an abandoned castle. Dagda followed the tribe and called to the harp. The harp came to Dagda and he struck the chords. The harp let out the music of tears, and everyone in the castle began to cry. Dagda struck the chords again and the harp played the music of mirth, and all the warriors began to laugh. Then, Dagda struck the chords a final time and the harp let out the music of sleep. Everyone but Dagda fell into a deep sleep, allowing him to escape with his magical harp unharmed. Number 1, the Children of Lir. The story of the Children of Lir comes from the Irish mythological cycle. Lir was the lord of the sea. He had a wife and 4 children. When Lir's wife died, he married his wife's sister, Aoife. Aoife was jealous of Lir's children and wanted to be rid of them. One day Aoife took the children to a lake. While they were swimming, she performed a spell on them and turned them into swans. Under the spell, the children were to remain swans until they heard the sound of a Christian bell. The swans swam from lake to river to stream for years waiting for the sound of that bell, but it wasn't until St. Patrick came to Ireland that the children could be free of the curse 900 years later. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, leave your comments below, and thanks for watching. Until next time, this is 5 Weekly Entertainment.